Who do we got this time? We got ourselves Bad X on Team Red with Fire Fist. We also got ourselves Rubber Shark, Useless Name, and Mizik. I do like that you're on Mechanome. I like that you're giving it a go. They really do look kind of cool, not gonna lie. Like, I know they have the whole stigma of like diaper babies, but I like the mechanical parts. I think they're pretty cool, well detailed. I like the little cog wheels and everything on them, you know what I mean? Also like the way that the arms move, they have like a mechanical like feel to it. The mount, though, I feel like could have been... I don't know how I feel about the mount. Like, it's basically a Mechano Strider. I don't know if anybody ever thought Mechano Striders are cool. But it's basically a Mechano Strider. I never really found those mounts cool. That's just a personal thing. Versus Frostbolts on Team Blue. We also got ourselves Rimuru, Snoopy as a Feral, Zevix as an Assassination Rogue, I want to say, and we got ourselves Arsonist. Oh, I think it's Arsonist? Arsantis is the name. Arsantis. But I want to call him Arsonist. Close enough, right? Close enough. Yeah, close enough. It's going to be Bad X versus Zevi. Zevi not opening up with the sun. Should be able to get a good kidney shot on Bad X. Bad X popping a wall for this kidney. Using human racial to get out of it immediately. Zevi's popping an invasion. Looks like Bad X has Echo and Void, so it's going to be quite good for the sustained damage versus Zevi. But I do wonder how strong the corruptions are for Echo and Void. And like, I want to see how much damage it does. Blind onto Bad X as he does pop images. Does not have a trinket to get out of it. So actually, Zevix, oh, look at Bad X's health. What just happened to your health? You got blinded and you just took damage. Did anybody just see that? He blinded Bad X and his health deteriorated over time. Karma immediately. Zevix landing the kidney shot. A cloak in that Karma, but Karma is actually going to heal Bad X through good Karma talent, which is very unfortunate. Touch of Death to follow up with Zevix. He could vanish it if he wanted to. Is he even gonna? He is gonna want to do it. Bad X, look at all that good with those vampires. Trying to heal, but not getting any kind of healing. What is Zevix doing? What playstyle does he got going on where he's just doing damage to Bad X through CC, through heals, through everything? Must be like a corruption effect, right? He has to have some crazy corruption effect. We don't know. Maybe he has one of those that's very, very hard to see. Useless Name is up next as a Feral Druid. Zevix just went through quite a bit of cooldowns for himself. No evasion, no Cloak of Shadows, no blind, no vanish for this duel. Does have a trinket. So if he plays offensive with Useless Name, you can actually just go off of kidneys, make sure to get the dots, Crucibles to follow, and just bail out like exactly what he's trying to do right there. Actually, ended up doing one of the Crucibles to himself by the looks of it. It looks like Useless. Try to see if he can get some bleeds up and running. Does not want to fall behind to the dot damage. As soon as there's thorns up and running, Useless Name cannot chase after Zevi, but looks like he's going to give himself a little bit of a tiger sprint rolling. A dash by Druids. Building up the calm points. Should be a pretty big bite right there. It's going to be Mally on top of Zevix as well. Turning the damage around out of nowhere. Oh my god, is Zevix trying to go for a vendetta to respond to the damage by Useless. Useless just abused. Actually, Zevix didn't even trinket. Did he run Relentless? Just in a single stun lock opener. That's all Useless needed. And next up is going to be Frostbolts. Is going to be playing... Ooh. He also is a dwarf. Wait, normal dwarf? He's a normal dwarf. As a Frost Death Knight versus Useless. AMS coming down from Frostbolts right now. Frostbots. Not bolts. Wall up and running for Useless. Ass is not looking all that good. Trying to go for a little bit of recovery. How good is the Frost DK damage? Thorns are up and running for the Feral. Is that going to be enough to peel the DK away? It looks like the DK is just going to fight through those Thorns. Needs to maintain Chain of Ice on Useless. Useless not looking all that good. Having to use Crucible defensively, but it's going to be Chain of Ice. Continuing to use Howling Blast as best as possible to maintain the dot onto Useless. He does regen with a regrowth. It looks like he's going to be able to get himself quite a bit of recovery. Frostbolts need to mount up and rush him immediately. Looks like he's not going to go for it. He's actually going to go for the eyes in case Useless is going to go out in the open. This is where Frostbolts could just push up. I keep calling them Frostbolts because I keep trying to say Frostbolts, but I remember there's no L in that name. It's just Frostballs. It looks like he is going to kind of let Useless Name get an opener on the guy. He had the eyes. He could have pushed up Could have, I guess, had to chase with the cat for a little bit. Maybe that's what he was trying to avoid. Bashed by the Feral. Looking to end this game right now. Transfusion coming down for Frost Boss. Got himself quite a bit of haze buff from that trinket. Got himself the small little wings, making him float. That actually did look quite good. That's actually quite a good trinket. It procs a lot. Like a haze buff is almost up to 24/7 and useless. Looking to catch a bit of a reset. This is where the stuns and the grips for Frost Boss need to be perfect. Because if he misplays one of those stuns, one of those grips onto useless, it's going to be game over. Useless, I think, tried to see maybe if he caught himself a reset. Looks like he stopped for a second to get himself into a prowl, but Frost Boss not letting him go anywhere. Stun coming down into the Death Knight. Going to be a reset for the Feral. And looks like he actually hit Frost Boss with maybe a Maledict there for a second. But it is gone right now. Useless name. Try to see if he can catch a reset. Looking to catch an opener onto Frost. He is going to land it. Stun onto Useless. No way out of it. Malady rolling onto the Feral. The Frost Boss could really just keep the pressure on the Feral. Might be in a good position. Does he have AMS with his Thorns? He does not. But Useless doesn't go anywhere. Letting the Malady stack up on him. Trying to heal through it. Thorns is still up and running. Feels like he has the advantage, but actually went down immediately. As soon as the Malady really got it built up. Looks like it's going to be Fire Fist up next. AMS coming down for Frost Boss to deal with some of the magic damage, but it's going to be Unholy versus Frost. The Frost DK is just trying to get right on top of Fire Fist immediately. And I think those wings from the trinket might actually be a misplay for him, because every time he goes on top of the platform and he jumps down, he goes a little further than he wants to. That's going to be Abomination dropping down for Fire Fist. He's got himself full army over dead. Rolling up. Every pet beefed up. Frost Boss needs to really tank up this damage. That's going to be Necrotic stacking up for Fire Fist as he's exerting even more pressure onto the Death Knight. The play for the DK has to be huge right here. IBF coming up very, very soon. Might want to use IBF immediately. Does get the IBF. Is he going to be able to survive this damage though? Fire Fist also popped all these defenses. Necrotic's full stacked up on Frost, but somehow he's still healing. Is he going to continue healing? Does he get a transfusion here? He does go down. No transfusion at the end when he really needed one. Very unlucky, very unfortunate. Did not have a lot of defensives really to work with. I wonder if that position, in that case, I think it might be better just to run away. Looks like Snoopy is going to be up next, trying to land a pretty big Mally onto Frost. Frost actually using Crucible to heal himself, going for Death Strikes immediately, but looks like Snoopy might actually be able to have him here. Stun to Snoopy, chicken side with a big bite to finish him off, and that's going to be Rubber Shark up next, leaping on top of Snoopy. No trinket available for Snoopy. Double wall for both of the Ferals. Bash coming up for Snoopy, hoping to get a trinket out of Rubber Shark. He does shift out of cat form before the Hibernate hits. It looks like both of these Ferals are going to get past one another. Nobody got an opener, but looks like Thrash might be up for each of them. Bash onto Snoopy. It is going to be very short, so Snoopy is not going to have to worry about DRs for stuns for quite a while. Thorns are up for Rubber Shark. Snoopy got some cooldowns rolling, but looks like he might have to play a bit defensive, just running away until Thorns is down. Might even be able to get himself a proper opener with Rubber Shark. Maybe, maybe not. Look at like both of the Ferals are catching a reset. Snoopy trying to approach it. Will he be able to land the opener? Does not land the opener. Could be the first one to land the stun. Thorns are in his favor. Wall up and running for Rubber Shark. It's going to be one less defensive to play with. Actually, no more walls available after that. Snoopy still holding on to one wall available. Rubber Shark does have a trinket. Does he trinket the stun here? He does not. Trinket's in super late. I would think I would want to either trinket early or trinket late. Or not trinket at all. Does land a short stun to Snoopy. Looking to land a cyclone. Snoopy does. Yo! Snoopy gets cycled, but the bleeds were so huge. Rubber Shark probably should have used his first global to cast on a regrowth rather than a cyclone, but that's going to be some punishing major damage out of Snoopy. And Mizik getting a trinket off of Snoopy's bash. Snoopy does not have a trinket. That's his last wall available. Mizik could pop a full Vendetta with evasion and really exert a lot of pressure. Evasion is up and running. Mallet to follow into Snoopy. Does he have the mobility? Snoopy looking to line aside him completely. No Shadow Steps coming out for the Rogue. Snoopy still playing very, very defensive. Thorns are up and running while in bear for him. That's going to be a blind by Mizik. Mizik does have Echo and Void Corruption, so that's going to be huge for him. And if he can land himself a proper opener onto Snoopy, this is going to be game. Even if in bear form, this is going to be it. Does Mizik play it properly, though? Trying to go for a little bit of mage food or something. He sat down for a second. I don't know what he was trying to do. But it looks like it's going to be get the shot out of Mizik. Trinket back up for Snoopy, so never mind. Actually getting turned around. Snoopy does have a wall up and running. That's why he needs to push as much damage as possible into Mizik. Does get a Mallet rolling with a couple bleeds and a huge Crucible damage going. Mizik looking to catch up to Snoopy. Looking to end this game right now. Next time, stun available. That's going to be maybe a big bite out of Snoopy. Looking to get a big bite. Same trinket coming out for Mizik. Does get hit on the root into a vanish to follow. Snoopy still super low in health. Does get himself a Crucible Self-Heal. Is that going to be enough, however? Venoms are coming down from Mizik. Double and Venom. Thorns are up and running for Snoopy. Looking just to see if he can run away from Mizik. That's gonna slow enough where Mizik couldn't catch up to Snoopy. So that was perfect. Mizik catch himself a re-stealth. Snoopy's still in bear form. Does get himself, almost got a thrash off of Mizik. Almost got a thrash off of Mizik. I think it's gonna be, yeah, still in Mizik's court, man. The ball is still in Mizik's court. Snoopy does get himself a regrowth real quick. Does not get sapped while out of better form. If he got sapped out of better form, that would have been over for sure. Snoopy still uses the principles as defensively as possible. Mizik better go fast, man. I think it might be winning for Vendetta. Does he get a sap? Oh, if he almost got a sap there, that would have been perfect. And Snoopy eventually is going to be able to snoop him out into a kidney shot. Does he have Vendetta? Does he have everything rolling? Doesn't have Vendetta. Hopefully he has Toxic Blade. Maybe a Maledict? He was waiting for something. He's always waiting for something. Gonna be short charged by Snoopy. Catch himself a re-stealth on a Mizik. Trick it out of the rogue. Snoopy is looking just to massively just collapse a bunch of dots on the Mizik. I think he might have gotten enough dots where he has 100% chance to win it. And he does finish it off with a bite. His health gets super low. Oh my goodness. Yo, Frost Boss did quite a bit of damage there that game, dude. Not gonna lie, that was quite a bit of damage for a Frost DK. Crazy. I gotta see what some of these corruption he's rolling. Actually, chill streak. He actually chill streaked. I guess against the Unholy Death Knight, he would get quite a bit of value on chill streak. Oh, catching a Obsidian Destruction. Oh my god, no way. Useless. Does like he has any corruptions, or maybe he has some corruption, but like not any of the radiate. Devour Vitality. Oh, Prox got the weapon, didn't he? That is crazy, dude. Echo and Void. Even after, how big is your Echo and Void? Is that the maximum corruption? How much of percentage damage does it do? Because that seems to do quite a lot of damage. That might still be quite good.